Hey guys, it's Emmanuel here, the enthusiastic coder, and today I'm going to teach you how to make movement in Scratch. So let's get into it. So now, what is movement? Basically, movement is when an object or a living thing moves, say as you, or me, or a pet, like a dog or a cat, just anything that can move. So now, what does this mean in a Scratch perspective? Basically, it means that anything that can move around, such as a sprite or an NPC or a moving object, basically anything that can move around or can be interacted with is considered moving. So if it moves around in the screen, then it's moving. And examples of this is platformers, where the sprite is moving from one side to another. RPGs, where they're in a top-down perspective and they're moving around either in 4 directions or 8 directions. And even 2D shooter games. So you get the modern 3D shooting games. Those, through modern 3D characters, they also move, but in a Scratch type, you get the top-down shooters where they shoot around, even like that, even though it's basically just an RPG, but it's still cool that they move. And anything that you can either control with your character, or anything that walks around like an NPC has movement. So now I'm going to teach you how to make movement in Scratch properly. Let's get into it. Okay, so now we have started and we can finally start beginning. So if this user interface looks new to you, then I would love to see you go into my previous video, which talks about an introduction to Scratch. So we will go to create, and it's just loading. Okay, so we are in our space, and we are going to title this movement. And now the goal of this video is so that when you go into Scratch and you want to make a platformer or an RPG, you know how to make movement. So since it's 2D, movement in Scratch is the same. If you want to make a platformer, they can walk from left to right, jump up and down. And in an RPG, they can also move in 4 directions. So maybe, fun fact if you didn't know, basically when a character can fly, let's say a 2D platformer, and they can fly, say like a Superman game, and they can fly up, it's the exact same thing as an RPG, because when they're going up by the player controlling it, it's also like a 2D platformer character flying up, which I just found really cool when I noticed it. So we're gonna get into this and we're gonna start. Okay, so now I'm going to make a left and right so that the character can move left and right. So I'll go to control, I'll go to events, go to when space key pressed. I'll duplicate this, make this left arrow, and make this right arrow. Point in direction for motion. Point in direction minus 90 degrees, and then point in direction 90 degrees, and then move 10 steps. Okay, perfect. And that's basically the entire video. So this one is more shorter than the other ones because it's more simpler. But I decided to add music to my videos, and that's pretty interesting. Because I don't have an infinite amount of videos that I just have on top of my head, I was thinking that you guys can help me. And I like to interact with my viewers, so if you have a music that you like, or you would like to see in my YouTube videos, comment down below, and I'll see, and I'll maybe put in my next video. Just remember, you can't have any people talking in it, and it can't be goofy, because if people are talking in it, then I can get copyrighted, and if it's goofy, then the content wouldn't look as serious as I want it to be. So yeah, with that out of the way, please make sure to like and subscribe if you want to, and remember, peace.